Get ready for your new Roman Empire. My friends over at Titan Comics sent me this hardcover of Caesar's Spy, a book that is coming out this week. So let's talk about it in this video. Hello, everyone. Dan here from the Next Issue Podcast. On today's video, we're going to be doing a review for Caesar's Spy. This is a new hardcover graphic novel from Titan Comics. My friends over at Titan sent me this a little while ago, and I've had a chance to read it. This is a very, very cool hardcover. So before we get into the review of the book, let me just tell you, you definitely want to check this out. It's a really cool, very good quality book. I love the interiors, the way that the book is kind of put together. They do some really cool stuff with like just some of the design choices here. And not only do you get an amazing story that we'll talk about in a second, you get a few pages of really cool back matter, some design, some stuff on the creator. So highly recommend you check this out. This is at $24.99 in the US and $33.99 in Canada, $21.99 in the UK with your, according to your currency. So, all right. But let's talk about this book. This is written by Jean-Pierre Pécau, who is a prolific French creator who's worked on things like Moriarty, Clockwork Empire, with art by Fafner, who I'm not very familiar with this creator, this artist, but I saw that they worked a lot on things like Savage Sword of Conan, and then just a lot of books that feel like this with like very dynamic illustrations, very visceral, very war stuff like that. So yeah, I really like this. I really enjoyed getting into this world. So let me tell you a little bit about what's going on in here. This is set in the waning days of the Roman Empire. The story centers on Coax, a fierce Gallic mercenary capturing who he believes is a Roman hostage. Coax instead seizes a young Julius Caesar. In retribution, Caesar imprisons Coax, who is then sold into slavery and forced into gladiatorial combat. Surviving the arena, Coax ultimately becomes Caesar's covert agent, his spy, as you will, blurring the lines between slave and weapon. This is, if you like things like Gladiator, Conan the Barbarian, um, maybe even the Spartacus show on Stars from the early 2000s, which I was a really, really big fan of. You're gonna get this. This is a war epic. This is a really cool story. It's got some stunning visuals, a lot of very cool, gritty, visceral action, all within this historical context. So I really enjoyed it. I was not. This was something that kind of came out of left field because, like I said, we were able to get a copy of this, and it was really cool. It's not something that I probably would have picked up, but it really opens my mind to maybe picking up things that are not usually something that I would pick up. So, if you want a story about revenge, redemption, this is kind of like Coax's quest, right? He starts out with as searching for vengeance, and that's kind of propels him. But then he really evolves throughout the narrative. Um, there's some brutal combat. There's some harsh life of the gladiators, so people in the Roman Empire at the time, all the messed up things that they would do. It's a really interesting historical fantasy kind of thing because it mentions some accurate portrayals of figures like Caesar, but also it's all blended with this exaggerated story, this mythic kind of storytelling, right? From the perspective of an outsider like Coax, I think it's really cool to see because it feels like you get a more unbiased take on what this historical fantasy is, and then of course the exploration of power dynamics, agency, the relationship between Caesar and Coax. Even though Coax is kind of his agent, his spy, he's still also his property, right? That's kind of what it was like during the Roman Empire. So I said I want to just one more time remind you that Fafner's art is incredible, and you'll be seeing some art throughout the video. That's just very cool. Nothing feels like is exaggerated, but it all feels very gritty, very grounded. The designs in some of these buildings, like you really feel like the world is very lived in. There's so much detail. It's really incredible stuff. It's got some really interesting stuff. Like you get to see some little minute details and maybe a little bit of an exploration of what some of the stuff is. So yeah, I really like this. The narrative really works for me, and it propels into that. It is a little bit more mature, so I would not recommend this for like super young readers. But check the rating on the book as you kind of look into it, or maybe just ask at your comic shop what age group they would recommend this for. So yeah, this is really really fun. I love this type of stuff. Like I said, there's a reason why people are obsessed with the Roman Empire, right? So uh, if you have picked this up, make sure to let me know down in the comments. I'm sure my friends over at 10 would be very happy to hear what you guys have to say about this book. Highly recommend it. Look at it. It's really just a very cool, it's a very well designed book. As always, thank you for watching, everyone. Remember to share, like, subscribe, hit the bell so you know when we go live. That is most Saturdays, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. And stay tuned. We have no more comic reviews, trailer reactions, TV recaps, all that fun stuff here in the channel. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye bye.